As I read through the Old Testament, I discovered that the words have meaning, the paragraphs have meaning, but the whole stories have meaning too. And you read about Joseph or Abraham or Isaac or any of the people of faith, and you see how God was working in their lives through the story. In fact, as they live, they're living the story of God. They're, in many ways, living the revelation of God as God comes to them and communicates to them, speaks to them, shows them truths about himself. That's still happening today. And so as we go through what we're going through, is go through sickness and disease and pandemic and fear and worry and being isolated in your homes, the question is not just how to get through, but what are the lessons that you are learning now? What are the attitudes that you're developing now that you need to keep with you all the rest of your life? Because that was the transformation story of the Bible. That these guys went through stuff. They went through the wilderness. They went through prison. They went through jails. They went through wars. They went through hardships. They went through all these different things. And the events of the world helped make them into being the people that God wanted them to be as a testimony of who he is on the earth. And so that's going on. We are not just hanging on until something happens and we get to be with Jesus. I mean, we are hanging on sometimes until we get to be with Jesus. But there is also another story that's happening, and that is that we are Christ on the earth in the sense of living incarnational, living a testimony to the Lord. And so you're growing, you're learning, you're developing. All the stuff is not just opposition. All the stuff is really opportunity of transformation. And it's hard to look at it that way, but it's true. It's true. The stuff you're going through is making you into the person that God wants you to become if, you lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him. It's not an automatic. I don't want to pretend that it is, but I also want to assure you that it is. It is that the situations in the world are not out of God's control. But what are they doing then? Are they just punishing us, or is it just about evil, sowing what we've reaped? And you can find a lot of causes of what's going on. And I encourage you to investigate those if you want. We all have different personalities. We all have different needs to know. We all have different things that we're trying to calm down or understand in our own spirit and soul. God made us that way. But we also don't want to miss the opportunity to be conformed into the image of Jesus Christ. And what is happening in the world is an opportunity to do that. And it's not just an opportunity to act out socially, or it's not just an opportunity to manifest that on the outside, although you can do that. But it's really about an opportunity to become a different kind of person, more of the person Christ desires you to be. So think about that, mull it over, see if that has any merit in your soul. All right, God bless. A few months ago, I felt the Lord start to speak to me about construction by deconstruction, by taking things away. And so I felt drawn to investigate woodworking in the sense of wood carving and whittling. I don't know, it's sort of like one of those weird things how the Lord just sort of points his finger at something for me and says, go look into that. I got something to show you. And so I started looking into wood carving and how to carve and stuff. And I've done 2 carvings now, and I'm going to show you a little bit, the beginning of my third in a little bit, but it has to do with taking away. And I think many of us are in a season where things are taken away from us. Some of our freedoms are taken away, our liberties, some of the, we find ourselves more secluded. God's cutting away, he's pruning back, and that's not a very popular Christian idea. It's not definitely a popular American idea. And I built, homes, and I've done cabinetry, I've done woodworking, I've done a number of different things, but it's always been adding to. So you look at the ground and you add to it a foundation, and you add to it, the substructure, and you add to that framing. And for me, in my mind, it was very easy to see how you build something by adding to. And now I'm in a season of my life where the Lord is actually adding to my life by taking stuff away. And I think that's part of the message I want to share with you. It's not a weird, it's not a hopeless time, but it is weird, because if you haven't had this kind of experience before, it's different. So it's different. So hey, so let me show you what I'm gonna try to do. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to try to carve for my dad an iron worker. So we'll see if I can carve an iron worker by taking away. See if I can visualize what needs to be removed so that the iron worker can come out and go to work. Hey, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? What do you mean? You think you can come out? No. No, you're not done yet. You're going to have to go back in the bag.